Handshake Army, bitch. I fucks with you heavy, J Black. Come on, bro.
If anything is gonna save the game, it's the new talent.
If anything is gonna save the game, it's the new talent.
It's the new talent, because we know the top tiers, some of them are exiting, some of them want to go, some of them have battled already, or for a lot of them it's the check. The hunger is gone. The hunger is gone for the most part, because they've been doing it for years. They know what it is. They battle, for the most part, who they wanted to battle. If it ain't Mook, Lux, or certain other big names, they're not going to really care that much. We know that. That's just factual statements. Actual factuals. So, it's pretty much up to the new talent. But here where the problem lies. We watch the new talent, and for the most part, as a unit, you know, as a lot of people are saying, we see the same things. We see repetition amongst the majority of their battles. We see the same movements, the same setups, the same bar for bar. Not even just PG stepping, it's beyond that now. We watch a battle and then we walk away from the battle. A lot of times the battle doesn't hold our interest. How many times have you clicked on new talent and said to yourself, hey, click off, and just click a different tab on your computer and try to listen to what they say? That's what's happening to a majority of you guys, and that's just the facts. Now, we need you guys to progress. We don't even, at this point, we don't want you guys to progress. We need you guys to progress. We need you guys to move on forward. So, in my opinion, you know, again, I'm nobody, this is just my opinion. This is what I think needs to happen with a lot of you. I'm compiling by about 10 to 13 or 15 different things that you need to do, that the top tiers have done by mistake or they did it on purpose. And that's how they got where they got. So for me, these are the 13 things that you need to do, that you need to implement into your game plan and to become the next big thing. You see what I'm saying? You understand where I'm going with this? Let's walk you through them. Let's walk you through them. You know what I mean? This is just my opinion, though. This is what I think needs to happen. First and foremost, a story, character development. Let's compare this to a video game. If you were to stop battle rapping today, would I care? Would anyone care? When I'm playing a video game, I'm playing Uncharted 4. His brother died. I'm like, oh my fucking goodness, he died. Because they built up that character beautifully. Now, this is why I correlate everything, because when you jump in a battle, your first round is simply this. But banana clip, barber die, blah, you know what I mean? The caterpillar, I'm gonna peel off on this monkey nigga. You know what I mean? That's your intro. Straight to the bars. As opposed to a lot of the top tiers and vets, they told something. They gave you something to attach yourself to. You know what I mean? We know their story. A-Verb has a story. Sue Surf has a story. Hitman has a story. Calico, motherfucking definitely has a story. Hollow the Don has a story. You see where I'm going with this? They all have stories. It's beyond the bars with them. We want to tune into another episode of a Hollow the Don. We want to jump into another episode of Pat Stay. Pat Stay versus Hollahan. Like, they have stories. We're attached to them. We have to watch them. We don't have a choice. Okay? That's one right there. Let's skip forward. Performance. This day and age, people will tell you bar for bar. This, bar that, bar that, bar this, bar this, bar that. Yes, of course. Like I said before, years ago. Bars is the heavy majority of the thing. Bars is like 30 to 40% of the entire package, right? But then performance is a lot of that too. Everything else is a lot of that too. So you need performance. You need to be able to perform your bars. That's a fact. You need to take heavy risks. You have to entertain us. If everyone's rapping, blah, 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 doing this and that, the PG stuff and whatever, and then the bar for bar, you have to set yourself apart from them by doing performance, heavy performance. Take your best bar and perform that shit. Period. Period.
See, my right hand man name is Cali 40. Nigga ignorant and spit when he talking loud and belligerent. His daughter named Nina. Headshot ridiculous. She's 16 and pregnant. About that 20.
Let's take Briz Rothstein. He's not a bar for bar guy, obviously, but I think he's getting to where he's getting because of his performance. Because of his performance. Look at all them people behind Briz. Look at all them people behind Briz that was in the same spot as Briz a year or 2 years ago. And look where Briz is at now because of how he gave you the feel of some shit that he wanted to say. Hitman Holla, again, the king of performance, basically the king of motherfucking performance. He can say some of the basic shit if he wants to, but it's how he performs that shit. His opening verse versus Super Surf, what'd he say? With the baby, with the fucking baby, it's how he performed. That's not even a double entendre, you know what I mean? It's not even a heavy double entendre or whatever. That's kind of basic, but the way he did that shit made it impactful.
There's a lot of weapons I can slay y'all with. The black claws, rubber grip with the radar chip. The black claws, rubber grip with the radar chip. I come to run a burn bars with an 8-yard clip and shoot soon and shoot soon and shoot soon. Shoot soon as I feel like I'm dead.
Now with performance comes conviction. Sell the shit out what you're saying. We have to see it in your face. Look at Loaded motherfucking Lux. Look at his facial expressions when he's rapping. Do you understand that? He's not just saying shit. You're gonna feel what he says. His eyes is all up on you. He's dead serious. Moving forward, believability. I'm not saying you gotta be a gun clapper. You don't have to have a crazy rap sheet. But do what goes to your image. Do what goes to your image. Just look at Soul Khan. Soul Khan wasn't a big clap him up, shoot him up, but he did what went to his image, and everything he said was believable. And that goes back to the conviction. If you're not a super tough guy and you want to spit a gun bar, I'm telling you, sell it. You can't say you're gonna kill a nigga and be like, all right, look, your head is down, this and that. If you say you're gonna pop a gun on a nigga, be in his face, let him know that this can actually pop off, but I don't want it to pop off.
Hey, yo, RC Reed in the zone. You fuck around if I read in the back of your home with a book bag, wall paint, vests and ammo. K over the shoulder, two Berettas, I'm Rambo. Before I put your knowledge all over that bland road.
Get that nigga real. You know what I'm saying? Conviction. Believability. Last but not least, moves. Have some moves. Young Ill has moves. Who is this nigga? A-Verb, Showtime, Hitman, Man Up, Remix. Notice, you see the trend there? All the top tiers share the same exact attributes, right? DNA, get him the fuck out of here. Freestyle Moments. Come on. Had Ice, part of my back, struck my shoulders. Common disrespect that I does to Doges. I can name anybody you want. Loaded Lux, waste some motherfucking time, nigga. Like, they all have moves. Sue Surf. Come on, man. It's very simple. I'm telling you what's happening. This is what they do. This is why we are still attached to them. Again, we don't want to watch them. We have to watch them. We have to watch them. We don't have a choice. Our brains is fixed that way. If a Murder Mook battle drops, we have to watch it. You're not gonna skip it. I don't care if you don't like it or not. When that shit drop, you're gonna click on that shit. That's why him and Iron Solomon got 2 million views, right? Yeah. Oh, it's so ass, but he got 2 million views. Because we're programmed like that. Moments. Create moments. Take risk. Take risk. Moments. A moment will stick in your head.
Boy, I squeeze iron leg. Police sirens spare, sirens beam white and red. His whole team finally fled. Boy, there ain't nothing funny here when the police find him dead. I ain't giving a bunny ears when I hold up this piece behind his head.
So now I don't want to use the top tier. I want to use Mike P. That was a big risk with the Street Fighter shit, but that's a moment. That's engraved in battle rap history. I will always remember that shit. I will always remember that shit. Young Ill, second round versus Rich Dollars. That was a big ass moment in battle rap that I will never forget. X Factor, third round against Rich Dollars. I will never forget that. That's a moment. This is why the top tiers talk they shit to y'all, because they have the moments to live on forever. They can do bad this battle, bad that battle, but guess what? Check back 2 years ago. This is what I did. Boom. And that's better than anything that you're doing now. Is that not a fact? That's a fact. Bars. We can skip this one because you have bars. Y'all have bars. Let's not be, you know what I mean? Y'all have bars. What I would say, you know, for the most part, have a different set of bars. A different set of bars. That's it. Let's move on. Presence. This kind of ties into what conviction, believability, performance, but presence is a feel, a certain feel. Let's go on to Stephen A. Smith. I seen Stephen A. Smith versus Will Kane the first time he got on the show. Stephen A. Smith had a presence. Will Kane was talking some shit, but it's how Stephen A. Smith said his shit. Before he even started talking, he did this. Now listen here. You see that? That's presence.
It's how you like a girl. I'll let 2 hit, then another 2 hit, then a flop out 2 hit. Okay, fuck am I fighting for? I got that chalaka boo with. Boo with.
That's a feel. Jerry West. Let's use some new guys. I'm not shitting on new guys. Jerry West versus Bang. Look at how he does that. That's critical. When he had to go back into the crowd to change his appearance, when he went by, sneaking behind him in dramatic fashion, shit like that helps. That's presence. Your sound. That kind of ties in with a lot of other things, so I don't want to get too much into detail with the sound, but of course you can't sound the same as any other battle rapper. Because as soon as you sound like them, you're going to be categorized with them. That's what a lot of new talent messes up. They all sound the same for the most part. They saying B, look at B Dot and Loaded Lux. B Dot kind of sounds like him, I guess. Now he's the same as him. B Dot and Lux are the same. Disaster and Joe Knight. Joe Knight kind of sounds like him with the, you know, the aggression thing. Now they're the same. So imagine on a broader scale of everything, all of y'all niggas is sounding the same. So you're all getting categorized together. So now if we seen one of you, we seen you all, so now we're skipping past your battles, and that's why you're getting 5,000, 10,000, even on the big platform, King of the Dot, URL, 50,000, that's what's happening there. Niggas don't want to waste 30 minutes out their time anymore. 30, 40 minutes a day? They don't want to waste that time anymore. It got to be a sure thing. Marketing, placement, right look. Don't take any battle. Make sure it's the battle for you. Make sure it's a name or a person that complements your style. Make sure it's a person that you think you really can beat. Don't just take anybody. When a person calls you up and says, hey, I got this thing I got for you, battle him tomorrow. You say, oh, no, let me check him out. Do YouTube. Do a background check in terms of his battles and stuff. And then move forward. And then move forward. You shouldn't be battling anybody, anywhere, any league. Build with the league. Let's use some more new people. He's not new. Show Off and RBE. Show Off, build with RBE. So as RBE rises, so does Show Off. He's getting the right looks. It's perfect marketing for him. Pay attention to your league. Don't switch sides like that. Don't just hop over here, hop over here, hop over here. Because the guys that's running that league, they lose faith and stock inside of you. I'm telling you that. I'm telling you that. I know recruiters. So. Not just for URL, I know recruiters all across the board. And this is factual statements that they look at. Interviews. Use the media to your advantage. Utilize the media to your advantage. If you have something to say, if you want to kind of hint towards how you're different in a blog, do that. Av did that. Jerry West did that. I'm tuned into that. Use everything to your advantage. This shit is one big ass puzzle. Complete it on your own accord, how you want to do it. You don't have to follow the same steps as someone else, but still hit all those marks. Hit all those marks.
I'ma talk about guns this whole battle, cause that's what I've been around. I got 2 choppers that shoot for 60 seconds each. I let one pin them down. You from grind time, right? So you should be used to these 1-minute rounds.
Angles and approach. Approach your opposition differently than your last opponent did, or the last person facing that person did. You know what I mean? You want to make sure that your angle is different. This is one of the reasons why I pay attention to Big Hand.
Be the beast.